Good evening and welcome to the Beardsworth Gonzalez Gym as we've got high school basketball tonight. The New Bedford High Whalers at home taking on a team from Jamaica, New York. I'm Keith Tebow, joined by Bernie Picanisco. And Bernie, this is the third year in a row that these two teams have met. Both teams split. Jamaica wins 2 years ago and New Bedford won a year ago. And both games were relatively close and great matchups.
Yeah, this is one of those highlights of the schedule. I think all the fans look forward to it. An opportunity to get the chance to play a team from New York, from out of the area, a team that right now is a very good basketball team. Only 3 games left in their season, and they are trying very hard to get ready for what they call their state playoffs.
Their state playoffs obviously are going to start a lot earlier than New Bedford's.
Absolutely.
Jamaica comes in at 13-4, while the Whalers are at 9-2, coming off a big win the other night against St. John's Prep, a game in which snapped a 2-game losing streak, and it was a big win for New Bedford the other night.
No question about it. You've lost 2 in a row, and they've had some problems, each analogous to each particular game, but they wanted to win in the worst way. First half, well, it was more of a St. John's Prep half, but in the second half they played their game, and they were able to put the game away, so they did a very good job of fighting back in that second half to come away with that 88-79 win.
Whalers last year got the best of the Beavers a year ago as they won here 69-60 1 year ago. And earlier tonight, the ladies played. Lady Whalers and the Lady Beavers, and the Lady Whalers on top 45-33.
And as we look at Eddie Rodrigues and Coach Greg Parker across the way, their team getting ready for the announcements, I had a chance a little while ago to go over and introduce myself to Coach DeWitt Thompson, and he is the head coach of the Beavers. Talked a little bit with him about this team. And Jamaica comes in to this game, as you said, with a record of 13-4, Keith. They're in first place in their league. And as we said, 3 games left for them before state playoffs. So this is a big game for them. It doesn't count as far as their state playoffs are concerned, but they consider themselves to be a team much like New Bedford that goes out there and plays all top-level teams when they play outside of their league. They're going to play some transition basketball is what Coach Thompson tells me. They can shoot it from the outside. They like to pass the rock. They look to penetrate whenever they can. And if you want to focus on one player during this game for Jamaica, focus on number 21. He's John Jackman. And Jackman, according to their coach, is the guy that's been their top player all year long. Kind of a swing man. He'll play that 2-guard position. He'll also play some small forward for them. And you see him there on your screen, John Jackman, number 21. He's going to start at forward. He's going to take New Bedford's top shooter defensively, and they also need him to key the offense. He said, if you want to shut us down because of the way we play, then you got to shut us down in the backcourt. That's how you'll hurt us the most.
And you can see the Jamaica High School Beavers starting lineup at the guards, David Brown and George Strategakis. The center will be Mike Leonce, and the forwards, John Jackman and Marcus Pritchard. And, I talked a couple years ago when Jamaica came here the first time. I don't think we did the game last year, but 2 years ago I believe we did the game. And I remember talking to Coach Thompson, and he just loved the atmosphere here. I guess it's a little different in Queens, New York, the atmosphere of high school basketball as compared to New Bedford, and that's why he loves coming up here.
They play a lot of prep schools, Keith. They also like to get in there and play a lot of the inner city schools when they're off their schedule. And when you're playing down in New York City, I've had the opportunity to see a couple of games in New York City going back about 10, 12 years ago, as a matter of fact. And I can tell you that the atmosphere in those particular venues is a lot different than what he's seeing here tonight at New Bedford High School. This is unbelievable atmosphere for them. This is like a brand new, this is like playing at the Fleet Center as far as they're concerned. Just picture Boston Latin or Boston English high school gyms, which I know that you've been into and I've been into for tournament games. Sure. And that's what they're used to playing in inner city gyms. They play, as we said, a lot of good prep schools and a lot of Catholic schools. But he loves to schedule those tough teams.
You saw the Whalers starting lineup. You have Jared Ramos and Mark Fatula in the backcourt. Of course, up front will be Blair Ramos, Dante Balistracci, and Isaiah Houtman, as we are getting set now for our national anthem here at the Beardsworth Gonzalez Gym. national anthem performed here at the Beardsworth Gonzalez Gym. And we were talking before the game with a couple of our colleagues the other night, Bernie, before the St. John's game. And we were told that this Jamaica, New York team, if they make it to far in the state playoffs, they get to play in Madison Square Garden. Talk about a thrill.
Well, that's the thrill for the New York kids. As we said, our kids used to be able to play in the Boston Garden. I remember,
now they do play in the Fleet Center.
Yeah, they play at the Fleet Center, which is not quite the storied program that that it used to be under the Boston Garden scenario. I can remember first time you walk into the Boston Garden to play a high school game, and you look around and you say, hey, this is where Bill Russell played and Sam Jones and all the great Celtic teams that had won 11 championships in 13 years. That was a thrill. Well, for these kids in New York, Madison Square Garden with all of its history in New York City basketball, St. John's plays there in the Big East. I mean, that's the biggest thrill in the world for these kids.
And there's some ceremony as members of the Booster Club. Jose Gonzalez there, going to be presenting, I believe a scholarship.
Yep.
Sammy Aka.
That's right, Sammy Aka getting a scholarship, and you can see the coaching staff congratulating him as he walks over, shakes hands with Coach Eddie Rodrigues and the entire coaching staff. And nice thrill here as Josie Gonzalez hands him the scholarship from the New Bedford Basketball Boosters Club. Another player being introduced. I didn't quite get his name. You see him also shaking hands.
Who's now attending Northwood University in West Palm Beach, Florida. Jason Lopes.
Jason Lopes.
Yep. And you hear Jason Lopes attending school down in Florida in West Palm Beach. And this is not Jason, of course. He's down at school. So his mom's coming down to say thank you to the Boosters Club and to shake the coach's hand.
Thanking them more than you can imagine. Well, you've got a
I can
child.
relate to this, sure. My daughter's away at college, and his
John
Seed, yep, whose father is sitting up in the balcony, very proud and should be. Mom and Dad up there in the balcony.
Another former Whaler scholarship recipient this evening, attending UMass at Amherst, Nick Urbanek.
Nick Urbanek. Played last year. Most of these players played a year ago.
Sort of a welcome home. Here's your money for the next semester.
Yeah. There's a lot of them will be going back next year. Next week. Next week. So a lot of the schools, state schools, I know, start next week.
Great job done by the New Bedford Basketball Boosters Club. Josie Gonzalez walking off the court along with his entire group. And the officials for tonight, Bruce Anderson is one and Steve Uno, I believe, is the other.
Yes, it is.
He does not own a pizza joint, as far as I'm aware.
No.
But there are those who say that Steve Uno is number one.
That's very good. You know, they named a card game after him?
That's true. That's true, they did. Yes, you're right.
So much for the puns. Hopefully people are laughing at home.
And as the Whalers get ready to tap off and Keith gets ready to tell you the jump ball situation, kudos to young Jared Ramos, who had a great game his last outing, 28 points to lead the Whalers.
Mike Leones and Blair Ramos, both number 25s, will tip off. And we are underway. Tip goes to the Whalers. Dante Balistracci has it. Jamaica is going to start off in a 2-3 zone to start things off. Fatula. So now it's more man-to-man as they switch off. Jared Ramos has it stripped away briefly by Strategakis, but Ramos comes down the other way. Cannot hit the bucket. Ball is taken down, and here come the Beavers the other way. Jackman with the ball, has it stripped away by Mark Fatula. He's got a 2-on-1 with Jared Ramos. Bounce pass to Jared and the bucket.
That's a nice look there by Mark Fatula, who could have stopped and pulled up for the jumper.
Whalers up 2-0. Strategakis breaks the front court over to Jackman. He goes up for the shot, but is fouled by Blair Ramos.
And we told you before the game that Coach Thompson had told me that Jackman was his best player offensively and would also take the other team's best shooter. Well, he started out the game on Isaiah Houtman, so the scouting report from a Jamaica standpoint is that Houtman is the shooter, and he's the guy to put your best defensive player on.
Jackman misses the first free throw. Nearly a full house here at the Beardsworth Gonzalez Gym on this Saturday night. misses them both. Rebound comes down, and it's taken by the Beavers. That is Marcus Pritchard. Now Jackman has it again. Jackman drives, puts up the shot that's partially blocked. It's going to stay with the Beavers. 18 seconds left on the shot clock.
Jackman will present a little bit of a different problem. He not only penetrates, but they're going to have to concentrate on the fact that he is a lefty.
Nice pass inside to Marcus Pritchard, who makes the bucket.
Sometimes that's not as easy to remember during the heat of a game.
Stolen by Jackman over to David Brown. Small man comes up the other way, will pull up, jumper, hit it.
David Brown, little guy, about 5 feet 5 inches tall.
Ball thrown out of bounds and thrown away by the Whalers.
Matter of fact, if you look at Jackman, Keith, I think not Jackman, but Brown, I think he might even be smaller than 5'5".
And Jackman slams it down the other side. 6-0 run by the Beavers. 6-2 is the score. Well, we've got Brown at 5'6".
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Stratigakis steals it away, passes it over to the big man. That's Leonce. He can't get it to fall. And the Whalers come down with it. Jared Ramos has got a 3-on-1. Puts it up himself. It won't go. Tipped up, and Leonce comes down with the rebound. Yeah, I don't think Mr. Brown is 5'6", maybe 5'3".
Sort of reminds me of Jason, and I can't think of his last name, that played here at New Bedford High School about 6-7 years ago, maybe longer.
Shot by Jackman is good. An 8-0 run.
They used to call him the Flea. About 5'3" tall, and he could shoot.
Isaiah Hauptman will try a three. It won't go. And ball's on the floor. Dante comes up with it, has it blocked, and Isaiah Hauptman comes up with the rebound. 8-4, the Beavers on top. Stratigakis has Jackman, but he throws it away on the alley-oop.
Now Stratigakis that time trying to do the ollie and let Jackman do the oop. Threw it a little bit too low.
So the Whalers get the ball down by 4. Isaiah Hauptman with the ball.
Whalers trying to go to their motion offense now and run some guys off picks.
Blair Ramos up high. Now Isaiah with the ball. Loses control and picks up his dribble. Now over to Jared Ramos. He's being guarded by Stratigakis. 3 on the shot clock. Jared puts it up. It goes, and he is fouled.
Good move inside that time by Jared Ramos as he just took Stratigakis off the dribble. And, you know, he is such a good individual one-on-one player, Keith, and he can take you off the dribble. He's got such very good quickness that sometimes it just looks that maybe that his confidence isn't there until he realizes that he can beat you. I mean, he can take Stratigakis all night long from what I see here right now.
John Jackman called with the foul. Entering the ball game, Dwayne Morgan, number 12, and John Tolles, number 11, for the Beavers. Ramos could not complete the three-point play, and it is 8-6 in favor of Jamaica. Make it 10-6 as Jackman cans another. Jackman early with 6 points.
Showing some good range.
Blair Ramos, nice move inside.
Had a little bit of a mismatch that time and took advantage of it.
Stratigakis traveled, coming back the other way, so the Whalers will have a chance to tie up this ball game. We've played about 3.5 minutes. Jared Ramos in the corner. Now Isaiah looks to drive on Jackman. He does. Can't get it to fall. Dante tries to tip it up. It won't go. Jared Ramos with the rebound. No. Gets it again. Yes.
That's a great individual effort there by Jared Ramos.
Tied at 10. Jackman, Stratigakis all alone. Dishes it off to the little man, Brown. It won't go. Tipped up, and Dante comes down with the rebound. Fatula, Blair Ramos tried to stuff it home, but he was fouled by Jackman.
Yeah, Jackman got him right around the arms and wasn't going to let him go up and yoke it.
That's Jackman's second foul and the second on the team. And he's going to have to sit out. And Jamaica's got 4 players ready to come in.
Sort of like a couple of a line change in hockey here.
Sure. Blair makes the first. See, coming into the ball game is Jasper Gottinger. Also, Leonce is back in. And let's see, Orlando Biggers, number 10, is also in the ball game for Jamaica.
Gottinger is about 5 feet 8 inches tall, so they're going to have a small backcourt.
Makes one of two. Whalers up by a point, 11-10, under 12 minutes to go in the first half. Two small guys on the court for Jamaica, New York, in Brown and Biggers. Brown has it now, Biggers. Biggers isn't much bigger. About smaller, actually. Gonna heave a three. It won't go. And Gottinger gets the rebound over to Brown. That won't go. Leonce gets the rebound in the corner, and he throws it away to Isaiah Houtman. Over to Mark Fatula. Now to Blair Ramos as they slow things down, and they're going to call Blair Ramos with the carry.
Well, Ramos with the turnover. That's the third for New Bedford in the early going of this contest.
And doing the inbounding will be Pritchard. Gets it into Leonce. Now over to Brown, and Brown weaves his way through, and they're going to call a foul. No, they're going to say he stepped out of bounds on the sideline.
Mark Fatul did a very good job that time of using his body, fronting the man defensively, and forced him into a bad decision.
Jamaica, New York, about a 5-hour train ride. Dante hits a shot. 7-0 run now for the Whalers, and they have a 3-point lead, 13-10. Biggers decides wisely to pull it back out instead of going up against the taller Whaler front court.
I was watching how quick he did that crossover dribble.
Leonce, Biggers, now Brown, back to Biggers. Gottinger puts up the shot, it won't go, and Jared Ramos has the rebound. Isaiah double team, now they swing it back out to Jared. Inside Dante, he's double teamed, spins it, gives it to Blair Ramos, who slows it up, 15 on the shot clock. Jared drives, no good, tips it up and in.
Again, great individual effort and so quick by Jared Ramos that time, getting his own missed shot and tapping it in.
And they get the steal, and it's swatted away by Jamaica. And they're going to call a foul on the Whalers. It's going to be on Mark Fatula. Coming into the ball game will be Strategakis back in, and Jackman will return. And who will go out? Gottinger and Biggers will leave. So the Beavers have their starting five in there. The Whalers still have their starting five, and they will make their first substitution as Gerald Wills enters the ball game.
Wills coming off a very good performance against St. John's. Keith, he came in the game, did a very good job, picked up 10 points at the half, and a good job of just keeping everything alive underneath and making every weak side rebound that he could.
Strategakis for three, he's got it. That breaks a run by the Whalers. They had a 9-0 run, and that breaks it, and it's 15-13, New Bedford on top. Ball out of bounds, it will stay with New Bedford.
Great hustle play there by David Brown, getting right up close and into Jared Ramos's jersey.
Jared will inbounds the ball for the Whalers over to Dante from just past the free throw line. No. And Jackman skies for the rebound. He comes back the other way. Bounce pass, Strategakis. Yes, we are tied again. The ball knocked away, out of bounds. It will go to the Beavers.
Yeah, past that time trying to lead Dante and let him a little bit too much. Couldn't get there. And so Eddie Rodrigues wisely calls a timeout as the game is tied at 15 with 9:35 to play. He doesn't want to let this thing get out of hand.
We had talked earlier that Jamaica has only 3 games left. The Whalers have a larger schedule to go as they're only 9-2. They've got 9 more games left. And actually, they've only got 3 more road games. They go to BC High on the 26th, and they're home against South Boston, a game that we will do. Then they're on the road to St. John's, and they've got 4 straight games at home against Durfee, Bedford, BC High, and Bishop Hendricken, and that last game is at Medford on February 16th. So the Whalers have a lot more home games than away games, and that should bode them well as they position themselves toward postseason.
Yeah, and the bulk of the schedule to play at schools up here in the New England area get time off around Christmas. As you can see from their record of 13-4, Coach Thompson was telling me that they play right through the Christmas season down there. So, just because you're out of school for Christmas, well, you might have 3 or 4 games that week.
Bullet pass by Pritchard to Jackman. Jackman weaves between 2 players. They're going to call a traveling violation.
It's the 5th turnover for the Beavers of Jamaica High.
Whalers have a chance to retake the lead. They had a lead of 5 about 2 minutes ago, and now we're tied at 15. Matt DeSantos in the ball game for the Whalers.
Jamaica going into a zone, looks like a 2-1-2.
Dante in the corner, got it.
Forcing the Whalers to shoot it from the outside, so Dante says thank you.
17-15, Jackman comes back the other way. And they're going to say it's going to be goaltending on the Whalers as his ball that went to slam home was touched by Blair Ramos, so we're tied at 17.
Actually, that was Gerald Wills that got it. Wills under the basket that time. If he had let it go, he missed the dunk. But because Wills had his hands up there and the ball was in the cylinder, they're going to call it a good basket, so Jackman gets a gift.
Aaron Campini now in the ball game. They swing it around inside Dante. Double, triple team. Isaiah will take the 3. No. And Lutz gets the rebound, but he's fouled by Gerald Wills from behind.
Now Wills that time trying to sky high above the rim looking for the tap in, went over the back.
Jared Ramos back in the ball game for New Bedford.
First foul on Wills, and I believe it's the 3rd foul on the Whalers.
Whalers nearly steal it away. Strategakis, Jackman. Oh, what a move.
What a great pass by Strategakis, Keith. I mean, that's not as simple as it looked. He was in midair, and anybody would have just tossed it down there. He threw him a perfect bounce pass and let him.
19-17, Beavers up by a bucket. Dante baseline, they swing it around. Campini for 3, drains it.
Aaron Campini's been playing very well of late.
Long pass, Strategakis. Over to Jackman, yes.
Well, Jackman's just on fire.
21-20.
12 points for Jackman.
Jared Ramos loses it but gets it back. Campini over to Jared Ramos. Looks to go inside, thinks better of it. And throws it away this time.
Well, he was trying to lead Gerald Wills with a bounce pass, leading him to the basket to try to get him inside and isolate him one-on-one, but Wills did not roll to the hoop.
Whalers steal it away. Jared Ramos over to Campini. Short jumper has it blocked by Jackman. And Brown has it. He loses control and gets it back. Brown pass to Strategakis.
What a great pass from Brown to Strategakis on the baseline, and he took advantage of it.
23-20. Biggest lead for Jamaica is 3 points. Campini. Dante baseline. No. Nearly gets the rebound. Ball's on the floor. Isaiah cannot bank it home, and Jackman gets the rebound for Jamaica. Here comes Jackman over to Lutz. 25-20 Jamaica. Dante looks inside. They're going to call a foul underneath. It's going to be on Brown.
Maybe time to get the big guy, Blair Ramos, back in the game, and Coach Eddie Rock is doing just that and bringing in Mark Fatula along with him as Gerald Wills will go to the sidelines.
Tolles re-enters the ball game along with Biggers for Jamaica. Jared Ramos gets the ball inside. Dante. 25-22.
I was going to say Ramos with the screen and Dante with the easy basket.
Lutz cannot jam it home, and the Whalers come back the other way. Jared Ramos.
Again, a great individual move by Jared Ramos going to the basket.
25-24, now a 1-point lead for the Beavers. I tell you, look at Brown and Biggers. I don't know if they're even 5 feet compared to the rest of the players.
Mike Leonce has a big advantage underneath with some great leaping ability, but they haven't gone to him very often.
Brown throws it up, and it's knocked out of bounds. It will stay with the Beavers.
Leontes is about 1.5 to 2 inches taller than Blair Ramos, the Whalers center.
Jackman looks to inbounds it. He does to Brown out deep. Jackman in the corner for three. No good. Dante with the rebound. Whalers can retake the lead under 6 minutes left in the first half. Ramos looks inside to Blair. Blair gets it. Nearly has it stripped away. Now Jared gets it back. Fatula, they swing it around to Isaiah. Wide open three. It won't go. Jared Ramos with the rebound.
Well, Jared Ramos is having a great first half here for the Whalers. And he's the guy keeping them in it.
And New Bedford's back up by a point, 26-25. Brown is fouled from behind by Jared Ramos.
12 points for Jared Ramos here in the first half.
Tim Walsh now will enter the ball game for the Whalers. Strategakis comes in. Also coming in for Jamaica is Brendan Davis, number 32. Another foul underneath. And it's going to go against Tim Walsh.
Timmy Walsh coming into the ball game, making his presence felt right off the bat, getting on the score sheet.
Strategakis in the corner, passes up the shot. Goes inside. Ball is knocked out of bounds. It will stay with the Beavers as Dwayne Morgan is back in the ball game as well, number 12. Jackman all the way out to Biggers. Jackman double team, puts a spin move on, baseline jumper, no. Tipped up. I think there were a couple of Jamaica players fighting for the ball. It was tied up, and the Beavers will retain possession.
Jackman's starting to cool off a little bit. He had hit 6 consecutive shots in a row, but he's missed his last 2.
Strategakis for three, yes.
Well, Strategakis, meanwhile, has gotten red hot. He's hit his last 4 straight.
28-26. Jamaica on top by 2. Jared Ramos will take a three and hit it.
Oh.
Back-to-back threes. And the Whalers have the 1-point lead. Jackman cuts, gets it, and is fouled. He fell down hard.
He went down hard. They're helping him up now underneath. Looks like he's okay. This is turning into Blair Ramos. Check that. Jared Ramos versus John Jackman.
Walsh called with the foul. Walsh using a football move there, I think.
And it looks like we're going to see Jared Ramos go to the sidelines. He was hunched over a little bit, looking like he was in somewhat some pain, and checking in for the Whalers is number 10, Matt DeSantis.
And Dante will also come back, and Jackman's going to take a breather as he's a little bit out of breath himself. I'm sure he got the wind knocked out of him.
Someone else will shoot the foul shot that he was supposed to take as they send number 4 to the foul line, and that's Jazra Gottinger.
And he will shoot the 1 free throw to try to complete the 3-point play. And he does. So Jackman gets a bucket, and Gottinger gets a free throw.
He completes the 3-point play.
31 to 29. Jamaica on top by 2. Isaiah Hauptman. Fatula inside Blair Ramos makes a move. Cannot get it to fall. Luntz with the rebound. Here come the Beavers. Brown has it stolen away partially, but they get it back. And the shot up by Tolles is no good, but he is fouled on the way through. That's going to be on Isaiah Hauptman, and that's the 7th team foul for the Whalers.
Well, that's the first foul on Isaiah, Keith.
Right. 6th on the team, I'm sorry. 7th on the team now, so they're in the penalty. And John Tolles will shoot 2. Misses the first. Jared Ramos and Gerald Wills re-enter the ball game for the Whalers.
Beavers 1 for 4 from the foul line here in the first half. Not really having too much luck with the free throw line.
Misses both. Mark Fatula with the rebound, and he is fouled. Foul is going to be on Gottinger. So it's the fourth team foul. Whalers down by 2. 4 minutes, 18 seconds left in the first half.
Back in the game is Jared Ramos. Whatever was bothering him, he stood out for about a minute and a half and came right back in.
In the corner, Dante. Now this is Isaiah Hauptman. Jared will take a 3. No off the mark. Brown gets the rebound. Brown comes back the other way. And the Whalers get back on defense. Luntz. Brown looks to drive. Gives it back to Luntz. It won't go, but there's another foul. Whalers racking up the fouls. It's going to be on Gerald Wills.
Well, again, Mike Leonce can go to the basket, Keith. I mean, he's got some great leaping ability, some long legs, but for some reason, he's not as explosive as you would expect him to be.
Makes the first free throw.
Now, I'm watching this guy in warm-ups, and he was going to the basket during layup drills faster than he is right now during the game, and he was dunking at every opportunity.
Jackman is back in the ball game, as is Marcus Pritchard. Makes them both. It is 33-29, a 4-point lead for the Beavers. Coming up to 3.5 minutes in the first half. Dante inside, puts a spin move on. Now to a cutting Isaiah Hauptman.
Oh. Isaiah Hauptman looking like Connie Hawkins.
33-31. Jackman inside, reverse layup, no. Luntz with the rebound, no, but he's fouled again from behind. And he will shoot free throws. It's going to be on Dante Balistracci.
It's going to be the first foul on Dante, and it's going to be the 9th foul against the Whalers in the half. Jamaica's committed 4.
Off the mark, and he knew it once he put it up.
Yeah, that one missed by an awful lot.
At least it hit the rim.
Caught a little piece of the rim.
Not much, but it did. And next one, back of the rim. Jackman gets the rebound. It won't go. Luntz there for the rebound. It won't go again. Out of bounds. Whaler basketball. Too many chances for the Beavers on that exchange.
Yeah, that time we saw that explosiveness that I was talking about Mike Leone. He went to the rack real strong that time and very quick.
Must have heard you. 33-31. Jamaica up by 2. Whalers can tie it or take the lead here. Wills nearly loses it out of bounds. Back to Fatula. Isaiah Hauptman, pull-up jumper. Yes.
All right, Isaiah's starting to feel it a little bit, getting hot with a couple of baskets in a row.
Tied at 33. Brown double teamed. Pritchard. Strategakis. Pull-up jumper. No. Gerald Wills gets the rebound. Jared Ramos slows it down, will take the jumper. It won't go off the back of the rim. Pritchard with the rebound. Look for the outlet pass. It's Jackman.
Oh. Huh. Gotta like that one.
35-33. Gerald Wills traveled.
Gerald that time saw Pritchard coming over from the weak side, caught him out of the corner of his eye and took a little baby step, committed the turnover.
Pritchard will inbounds the ball for the Beavers.
Did you catch that dunk? I mean, that was a major league dunk by Jackman.
He's got it again. We've got Jackman for only 6'3", but didn't have any problem slamming that one down.
Oh, no.
Bullet pass is thrown away, and Jared Ramos has it for the Whalers. He has it stripped from behind. Brown has it. 3-on-2. Luntz. Check that. Pritchard with the bucket.
Tell you, and going up there to try to get it was Blair Ramos, but it was just over his outstretched hand.
37-33 as Aaron Campini's in the ball game. Dante gets it down low. Double team. Now Blair Ramos from outside hits it.
Ramos has a nice little jumper from the outside. He should use it more often.
Here comes Jackman. Has it blocked by Blair Ramos. Blair for three. No. Brown with the rebound. Brown loses control and wisely brings it back out as we are under a minute left in the first half. A very entertaining first half here from the Beardsworth-Gonzalez gym.
Little David Brown about as big as Sleepy with the 7 dwarfs coming down with a couple of rebounds in this game.
That's a good analogy. I like that one. Brown looks to penetrate, gives it off. It is stripped away, but Pritchard gets it. Takes the jumper, no. Isaiah Houtman with the rebound, but it's off him, and Luntz gets it back and puts it in. 39-35, and we've got under 30 seconds left. Whalers can wait for the last shot if they'd like. Campini has it stolen away by Strategakis.
Strategakis very quick that time, coming from behind to knock the ball away.
It's a 4-point lead for Jamaica. Jackman in the corner. He hits a three. And that's it. John Jackman has a great first half, and Jamaica, New York has their biggest lead of the ball game at the break.
19 points for Jackman here in the first half.
So after one half of basketball, it is Jamaica, New York 42 and the New Bedford High Whalers 35. We'll take a break and have our second half coming up in just a moment.
Hi, honey, I'm home. Guess what came in the mail today?
What?
An invitation to your 80th class reunion.
Oh.
Won't it be great to relive all your memories from senior year?
Oh, well.
Gosh darn it, can't seem to get a clear picture. I wish I had gotten that video yearbook.
Don't end up like Richie. Order your video yearbook today for memories that will last a lifetime. The price is only $15, and you can order them in the TV studio, room B291.
Welcome back to the Beardsworth-Gonzalez gym as the Whalers trail the Jamaica High School Beavers by a score of 42-35. Keith Tebow back with Bernie Picanisco. And Bernie, it was actually a back-and-forth first half with Jamaica coming on the end there. It's been the John Jackman show for Jamaica, and Jared Ramos playing well for the Whalers.
No question about it. John Jackman's been very impressive here in the first half. 19 points, a couple of spectacular dunks, good rebounding. He's been playing against Isaiah Houtman. They feel that Houtman is probably the Whalers' best scorer, and Houtman's come out with 6 points in the first half, but he's actually 3 for about 9 from the floor, so he's been doing a pretty good job on Isaiah. But what a job that Jared Ramos has done. You know, every time I watch Ramos play, and I've said this as early back as last year when he first joined the varsity, he's got great individual quickness. He's got a great crossover dribble. It's very difficult for me to believe. I have yet to see a guard that can cover him off the dribble. I mean, he can take you off the dribble and do some damage, and he has scored 15 first half points. He just needs a lot more confidence to be able to go out there and do the kind of things that he's capable of doing.
The Whalers actually had a 2-0 lead. Then Jamaica ran off 8 points in a row to get a 6-point lead. That was their biggest until the end of the half, when they now have a 7-point advantage. And in that span, the Whalers then took off on a big run of their own of 13-2, and then it was seesaw back and forth. The Whalers, their last lead was at, let me check here, 33-31, and then Jamaica, New York ran off the advantage the rest of the way to lead the Whalers now by 7, 42-35.
Yeah, some good shooting here in the first half by both teams. Whalers shot it at 16 for 33 in the first half, just under 50%. On the other side, Jamaica, New York shot it at around 18 for 33, over 50% from the floor. From the foul line, Whalers only there 3 times at the charity stripe, made 1. Jamaica, New York was there 8 times, and they made 3. When you look at the rebounding edge, that goes to Jamaica, New York. They've pulled down 16 rebounds, while the Whalers have pulled down 11. Turnovers, 8 for the Whalers, 7 for the Jamaica High School Beavers. I can't honestly tell you that I thought that New Bedford's press bothered the Jamaica New York team. At times, they got in there when they played good, hard defense off the press, and they were able to come up with some steals. But I don't think it was something that really bothered them because their quickness certainly does match that of the Whalers. And that'll be interesting to see what kind of adjustments Eddie Rodrigues makes. Now, at the St. John's game, Coach Rodrigues told me before this game that he made an adjustment at halftime and changed the way he had his men positioned and the responsibility of each player on the press. And what you saw happen was Mark Fatula come out. They changed his responsibility, came out, played the passing lane so well, came up with 10 steals in that game, 5 in a row, when the Whalers went on their little mini run. So it'll be interesting to see if Coach Rodrigues and his staff now come up with some sort of an adjustment on their press to try to create some turnovers and to try to make it work against this very quick Jamaica team.
Whalers looking for the sweep tonight, as earlier this evening the Lady Whalers defeated the Lady Beavers of Jamaica, New York, 45-33. As we start the second half, the Whalers will get the ball. They'll be going from our right to our left. Whalers in their home white uniforms, and Jamaica in road blue with a stylish red stripe down the right side.
Very stylish. Very stylish.
And the Whalers, of course, always have stylish uniforms. And Isaiah Hauptman will inbound the ball to begin our second half. Whalers down by 7. Jared Ramos in the corner. Both teams have their starters in there. Dante now across to Mark Fatula. Fatula bounce pass inside Blair Ramos. Spin move. Gets the roll.
Well, he got the good bounce that time as he spun to the baseline, caught it hot off the back part of the rim, and was able to watch it fall through softly.
42-37. Whalers try to double team.
7 points now for Blair Ramos.
Strategakis. Brown. Quick guard, puts up the shot that's blocked. Leonce with the rebound.
Yeah, Mike Leonce getting in there, coming up with the rebound and dropping it in.
44-37. Stolen away as Blair Ramos had it stripped. And now Jared Ramos strips it back. Behind the back dribble. Yes! And he is fouled.
Well, I just said a moment ago when we started this half, I have yet to see anybody that he can't take off the dribble, and that time he used his quickness to come up with the steal, then went behind his back and took him off the dribble for the layup and got fouled.
So Jared Ramos will try to complete a three-point play and cut the Beaver lead to 4. Can't do it, but Dante comes down with the rebound. Back to Jared Ramos. 44-39.
Handful of rebounds for Bellistracci in this game.
Jared Ramos for 3, yes!
Oh. He's on fire, 20 points now on the night.
44-42. Jamaica breaks the press. Jackman has it in the corner, will drive the baseline, dishes it back out, and he throws it away. Isaiah Hauptman. Jared Ramos goes up against Strategakis and wins.
Strategakis can't cover him. He's not quick enough.
7 straight points for Jared Ramos and the Whalers. Jackman comes back the other way.
Did you see that body control by Jackman?
46-44.
While he was hanging in the air, it was like he took a step to the left.
Bullet pass inside. Blair Ramos, jumper, no good. Mark Fatula gets the tip on the rebound. And he'll take a 3. Hit it!
Hi, Mark Fatula getting on the scoreboard. He had been scoreless in the first half.
And the Whalers have retaken the lead, 47-46.
Nice little run going here right now by the Whalers.
Brown is fouled by Jared Ramos. That's his second. First foul in the second half. Jackman gets it in. Brown. Up high. Whalers in a zone. Strategakis inside to Pritchard. He gets the roll.
Yeah, nice soft shots being thrown up here by the Jamaica team, and that time it was Marcus Pritchard who came up with the jumper.
48-47, Jamaica back on top. Blair Ramos inside, has it blocked, but he's also fouled by Leonce.
Well, Blair Ramos that time spinning to the basket, saw the taller Mike Leonce there, did the smart thing, hung in the air a little bit, drew the foul, and then tried to continue with the shot, so he'll go to the line for 2.
And Blair Ramos will shoot 2. That's the second team foul, rather, on Jamaica, New York here in our second half. Blair cannot make the first.
Now, the Whalers 0 for 2 from the foul line here in the second half. They were 1 for 3 in the first half, so that's 1 for 5.
And he makes the second. Tie ball game at 48. He'll reset the shot clock.
Dante with a nice little soccer kick that time. Revolution might be watching.
And Leonce throws it away.
You never know when there's a scout from the New England Revolution, so you got to kick that ball every now and then, because the future may not be in professional basketball, but maybe Dante's got a future in professional soccer as a halfback or something.
There you go. Isaiah, they swing it around inside now. Blair looks to get it in, has it stripped away by Jackman. Here he comes, back the other way, up against Fatula, and Isaiah Houtman won't go, and Blair Ramos comes down with the rebound. Blair looks, dishes off to Dante on the wing, and he hits it.
You know, Dante cans the jumper, but give Blair Ramos credit for that. Nice look.
Here comes Jackman, stripped away from behind by Blair Ramos. Isaiah comes back the other way, banks it off the glass, no good. Gets his own rebound after the tip, and Blair Ramos will take the shot. It won't go. Dante with the reverse layup.
Oh, I'll tell you, that's persistence. That's just hitting the backboard hard.
52-48, Whalers up by 4, and a foul in the backcourt is going to be on Jared Ramos. That is his 3rd foul.
Yeah, he's a guy you don't want to have get in foul trouble with 12 and a half to go here in the game. Greg Parker, one of the assistant coaches, gesturing to Coach Rodriguez. That's 3 on him.
David Brown will bring up the ball for the Beavers. He gets it back, and they swing it around to Jackman. Jackman gets double teamed, ball's on the floor. Dante wrestles it away.
11 turnovers now for Jamaica.
Fatula in the corner now to Jared. Inside to Dante. Now Isaiah has it. He loses it. Blair Ramos comes up with it. Back to Isaiah, who'll take the jumper. It won't go. Gets his own rebound. No good, and he's fouled.
Well, the Whalers are doing a very good job of hitting the offensive glass and getting 2 and 3 opportunities, keeping the ball alive. And as they do that, they get 2nd and 3rd opportunities to shoot, but they also have been getting fouls. So a pretty good job offensively of hitting the glass.
Mark Leonce with the foul as Isaiah misses the first free throw.
The woes from the foul line continue tonight, Keith. That's 1 for 4 here in the second half. 2 for 7 overall for the Whalers from the charity stripe.
Aaron Campini enters the ball game for New Bedford, and Jared Ramos with 3 fouls sits on the bench. Isaiah makes 1 of 2. This is a 6-0 run by the Whalers, and they've got a 5-point lead, 53-48.
After the foul shot, they go into their 1-3-1 half-court trap.
Strategakis drives, puts up the shot, no good. Ball swatted away, swatted again, and the foul is called as Dwayne Morgan went up with those 2 shots. Foul is on Blair, I don't know if it was on Blair Ramos. Yes, it was. That's his 2nd foul.
3rd team foul in the half.
Dwayne Morgan on the line to shoot 2.
As we mentioned at the half, the Jamaica Beavers 3 of 8 from the foul line in the first half. This was their first foul shot in the second half.
Misses them both. Morgan gets a rebound, has it swatted away by Blair Ramos. Ball on the floor, knocked out of bounds. It will stay with Jamaica, New York.
Tell you, Blair Ramos is playing some defense here in the second half. A steal, a couple of blocks, a couple of baskets.
Going to reset the shot clock. as John Tolles will inbound the ball for Jamaica. Ball knocked out of bounds again. Tolles shoots it out to Brown. Jackman in the corner now, back to Brown. 11.5 minutes left. Brown looks to penetrate and dishes off to Biggers. Gets the ball back. Bounce pass, Jackman will take a three. Won't go, knocked out of bounds. Going to stay with Jamaica as Isaiah could not come up with the rebound.
Yeah, just a massive humanity going after the rebound that time, and Bruce Anderson says blue.
Tolles cannot get it to fall, and Jamaica gets it back. Brown puts up a running shot, no good. Tolles gets it, now Morgan has it. Jackman with the short jumper, and he hits it.
Well, they kept the ball alive off the glass that time. Had about 4 or 5 shots at it.
53-50. Whalers up by 3. Campini bounce pass inside to Dante. Now Isaiah looks to drive. On his way through, he is fouled. In the shade's a shooting foul. And it's going to be on John Tolles, number 11.
Well, Coach Thompson wondering about that call, making a comment over by the scorer's table.
Isaiah Hauptman will be on the line to shoot 2. That is the 4th team foul for Jamaica.
Hauptman 7 points and 4 rebounds tonight.
Isaiah having a tough time from the free throw line.
Everybody from the Whalers having a tough time from the free throw line. It's just he's been there more often than anyone so far in this half.
Pritchard and Leonce back in the ball game. Jackman will take a breather as Isaiah makes 1. 54-50. Whalers up by 4. Leonce double teamed. Biggers. Pritchard will take a shot from inside the arc. Leonce with the rebound. Turnaround shot. Yes.
Mike Leonce with the turnaround in the lane.
54-52. Isaiah pull-up J. No. Isaiah gets the rebound, puts it up, it won't go again, and Leonce comes down with the rebound, and he traveled.
Oh, my.
As Jared Ramos will re-enter the ball game for Mark Fatula. And Strategakis comes back in for Jamaica. And Brown will sit out.
Isaiah Hauptman having a tough shooting game, 3 for 12 from the floor here in this contest, but keeps on hustling.
Dante has it stripped and it goes out of bounds.
Sometimes there are nights when they just don't fall.
Strategakis steals it away. He comes back, puts up the shot, yes.
Little running one-hander from the side like you see in your backyard.
Tied again, this time at 54. And the Whalers throw it away.
"12 turnovers now for both teams, Keith.
And they're tied at 54. There's another turnover. This time it's by Jamaica. Campini gets it back. Blair Ramos. And Eddie Rodriguez wants to run his offense. Isaiah Hauptman inside Blair. Can't get a shot off. Back to Isaiah for 3. Cans it.
There you go. The guy's cold. We just said he's been about 3 for 12, and he knocks down a 3.
Out of bounds as Pritchard steps on the sideline.
Pritchard motioning to Uno, the official, that he was pushed out of bounds, but he's not going to win that argument.
Isaiah with the ball. Takes a jumper again for 3. Rattles it in and out. Dante skies for the rebound. That was this great position there by Balistracci.
Great hustle.
Dante takes the jumper. Won't go. And Tolles comes down with the rebound. Orlando Biggers is the point guard now for Jamaica. Pritchard inside. Off of Tolles, out of bounds. 9 minutes left. And Jackman re-enters the ball game for Jamaica.
Now 15 turnovers now for Jamaica, 12 for the Whalers, as you see Isaiah getting ready to inbound the ball. And with, I believe it's Biggers who's running the point now. With Biggers running the point, you'll probably see the ball go inside a lot more. He's more of a penetrator.
traveling by Blair Ramos, and he knows it.
Well, Coach Eddie Roderick yelling out that he wants a three-quarter court press. Nobody heard him.
Jackman takes the bullet pass, puts it up, has it swatted away by Blair Ramos. And the Whalers come running back. Isaiah, Jared, offensive foul, and that's his fourth.
That's not a good sign. That's 4 fouls against Jared Ramos, and Ramos sitting there with 20 points. He's the Whalers' high scorer, so a timeout will be called as they talk this thing over.
Going to be called by Jamaica High School, actually. So with 8:37 left to go in the second half, the Whalers have the 3-point lead, 57-54, but Jared Ramos, who's done most of the scoring tonight, has 4 fouls, and I'm sure will not come back after the timeout, at least right now.
Well, 8:37 to go. You've got a 3-point lead. It'll be interesting to see if Coach Rogers takes him out of the game right now and goes with Fatula and Campini at this point in time and tries to get away with that for a few minutes. You'd like to have him in the game for about the last 5 minutes of the game when hopefully the game is going to be decided.
Really didn't have an opportunity to see how that last offensive foul occurred, but it must have been while he was driving because he had the basketball, probably led with his arm.
Well, that's what they're saying. They're saying that he had kind of fended off the defender with his left arm.
So coming back into the ball game will be Fatula, Balistracci, Blair Ramos, Aaron Campini, and Isaiah Hauptman.
By the way, I've never thought that for a small guard, fending off with your left arm was that big a deal. Quite frankly, I think it should be a little advantage you get for being short.
Is that because you used to do it?
Well, yeah, all the time.
Blair Ramos with the rebound. They used to call you on it, or?
All the time.
Isaiah Hauptman, a little bitterness here by Picanisco. Isaiah misses the shot. Pritchard with the rebound. So now we know.
I figure if you're going to be that small and play, they should give you something, you know. Let you use your left arm, that's all.
Ball is going to be taken away by the Whalers as Stratigakis loses control. Dante gives it back. Now Fatula has it, 7:50 left. Isaiah will drive, will not score, but is fouled on the way through. And it's going to be on, I believe, Pritchard.
Good strong move to the basket, though, by Isaiah. He just exploded, went right to the left hand. You can shoot it right or left, doesn't make a difference. Good leaping ability and a good first step. In fact, I'll tell you what, it seems like this year he's fallen in love with his jump shot a lot, and he really likes to take it. But I'd like to see him go to the basket strong like that every time because he's got a good first step.
Mike Leonce was called with the foul. And Isaiah makes the first free throw. It's a 4-point game. Brown comes back in. And also Gerald Wills for the Whalers.
Yeah, I guess you could say Sleepy coming in for Doc. Or Adam Anton from Mighty Mouse, or one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
Two of the smallest high school guards I've seen on the same team in years.
Isaiah makes them both. It's a 5-point Whaler lead, 59-54. They're going to call Aaron Campini with a backcourt foul. That's the 5th team foul for both teams now. Brown puts up the shot. It won't go, and he's fouled again by Campini. That's 2 quick fouls by Aaron. And Brown will shoot 2.
Brown's a tough little kid, too, and very smart. He saw that time that he had a big height disadvantage and drew the foul and then threw it up to make sure it was a 2-shot foul. Look how small he is. He could almost touch the foul line with his nose while he bends over to shoot.
Well, let's not get crazy. Well, you know what? You know, at the angle we have here, Bernie, Mark Fatula is 5'10", okay? And you see Brown supposedly at 5'6".
No way.
That's about 4 inches.
I think he's about 5'3".
Brown misses the second, but they're going to call a violation on the Whalers in the lane, so he'll have another shot at it. Aaron Campini is 5'10". And Brown makes the free throw. And it's a 4-point game, and they steal it away. Pritchard with the bucket.
Yeah, taking advantage right away, going into a press, much like a mirror image of the Whalers after a basket.
2-point lead now for New Bedford as Fatula skies it no good. Leonce with the rebound. Nearly has it stripped away. Bruce Anderson's going to call the foul. going to be on Mark Fatula. Now the Whalers are going to be over the limit, I believe.
Yeah, that's going to be the 7th foul.
So with 7:25 left, Jamaica, New York will be on the free throw line for every foul here on in.
Mike Leonce at the foul line, 10 points and 10 rebounds. He's the leading rebounder in the game for both teams.
And if he can make the 2 free throws, he will have an opportunity to tie this ball game. Misses, but Jackman there with the rebound.
Nobody boxed him out. 25 points now for Jackman.
Tied at 59. Wills. Yes. 61-59. Whalers up by a bucket. Brown dishes to Jackman.
And again, Jackman running the baseline wide open that time, all alone, and Brown found him.
Mark Fatula will take a 3. No. Dante puts it back. No good. Gerald Wills gets a 3rd shot. It won't go. Leons gets the rebound. He fell and he traveled.
Yep, traveled with the basketball.
Jared Ramos re-enters the ball game with 6:45 left and 4 fouls. Blair Ramos also back in. So the Whalers have their starters in the ball game. Jared will take a 3. No good. Way off the mark. Pritchard with the rebound. Outlet pass. Strategakis has it blocked by Fatula.
Well, he caught him by surprise that time.
Blair Ramos puts up the shot off the glass and in.
Nice little roll move to the basket by Blair, banking it off the window.
63-61. Whalers up by 2.
Carried the ball on his hip all the way in.
Brown weaves through the traffic. Has a shot blocked, and I believe that may be on Jared Ramos. If it is, it is. He has fouled out with 6:06 left to go.
Well, we didn't get a shot of it, but Coach Eddie Roderick's on the other side, down on one knee. And as soon as he saw Jared Ramos poke at the basketball, he just put his hands on his head as if to say, oh, God, we've lost him. With 6:06 to play, he's gone for the game.
So Whalers going to have to kick it up a notch without Jared Ramos the rest of the way, and Aaron Campini going to have the job of filling in for the remaining 6+ minutes to go.
Well, I'll tell you what they're going to miss the most is what I've told you earlier, that individual quickness, the ability to take a man off the dribble and to get you a basket when other things break down. Now they're going to have to find another source to do that, and I'm not sure that Campini can do what Jared Ramos does. He leaves with 22 points.
Brown will shoot 2.
Brown with 3 points on the night. Done a good job of running the show, though.
Makes the first.
Good, smart, quick point guard. And I use the word smart first because he hasn't made a dumb pass yet the entire night. Everything he's done within the offense.
He makes them both, and we are tied again at 63. Dante will bring the ball up. Stays in bounds. Good job. Campini looks to drive, puts up the shot. No, but he is fouled.
Well, Campini going right to the basket, coming in Jared Ramos's place and taking advantage of, I guess, the plays that are run for Jared.
Marcus Pritchard called with the foul. That's only his first. And the 6th team foul for Jamaica. So both teams will shoot free throws the rest of the way.
The rest of the way is 5 minutes and 55 seconds. We will be in the free throw situation.
Campini misses the first.
Well, the Whalers are going to look back on this game when it's all over and talk about all the missed free throws.
Makes 1 of 2, and the Whalers have a 1-point lead. 64-63. Brown, Jackman, and the bucket.
29 points for Jackman, Keith.
65-64. Campini. Now Isaiah will take a 3 from the top. It won't go. Jackman with the rebound. Outlet pass to Pritchard. He's got another man, Brown. Puts it up and in.
Oh. Littlest guy on the court did that.
67-64. Blair Ramos nearly loses it out of bounds. jump ball, and Dante comes down with it. The Whalers set up the offense. They're down by 3. Isaiah, pull-up jumper, short. Brown gets it, comes back. He's got Jackman on the wing, and he traveled.
Jackman that time had the pass thrown behind him. First mistake we've seen Brown make, and Coach Thompson's going to call a timeout. Brown that time should have led him with a bounce pass. Instead, he tried to just throw it to him to the left side and threw it behind him, causing the travel.
And Jackman is dejected, and he knows that he should have taken the ball first and before he walked, but that's a turnover. The Whalers will have the ball down by 3 with 4:59 left. And as of right now, the loss of Jared Ramos seems to be evened out, even though the Whalers were tied when they lost, and they're down by 3.
Yeah, well, the only thing I see happening now is that the Whalers have gone to Isaiah Hauptman the last 3 times down court, trying to go to Isaiah. He's been cold pretty much this entire game. As I said earlier, he's missed a lot of shots, a lot that have not fallen for him. And at this particular point in time, as a matter of fact, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. He's made 4 buckets, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Taken 17 shots. So Isaiah has not been what you'd call red hot. He's hit 4 of 17 from the floor, and he looks like he's going to be the go-to guy at this point in time. So he's got to heat up a little bit.
So the Whalers get the ball. Both teams have the same lineups out there as they had before the timeout. Mark Petula has the ball for the Whalers. Campini in the corner will take a 3, and we are tied.
All right. Big shot by Aaron Campini, 7 points. He's bagged a couple of threes in this game.
Brown is fouled on the way through by Campini, and he'll go to the line.
Well, Brown's just causing all kinds of problems for whoever covers him. Small, quick, and he got Jared Ramos in foul trouble, and now he's working on Campini. That's Campini's second personal foul.
The Whalers have 9 as a team. Brown misses, and Petula gets the rebound. Blair Ramos gives it to Campini. Now back to Petula. Whalers look to retake the lead. Dante. Petula, bounce pass again to Dante. Makes a spin move over the Blair Ramos.
Oh, what a beautiful pass that time. I tell you what, Dante rolled to the basket. We had a nice pass, an entry pass to him. I think it was Petula. But Dante, while rolling to the basket, finds Blair Ramos.
Strategakis, fill a pass to Leonce. Tied at 69.
It's a good one.
Blair Ramos loses control out of bounds.
Well, a lead pass that time from Petula. Tried to lead Blair Ramos, but he was pretty much not going in the same direction.
Brown has the basketball for Jamaica, New York. Tied at 69. Strategakis. 17 on the shot clock. Pass inside, stolen away by Campini. And he has it stolen back by Jackman.
Well, a couple of double steals here. Both teams turning it over.
Brown looks to penetrate, does, puts a shot off the glass and in.
David Brown, between the leg dribble, took Mark Petula right off the dribble. All you can say about Brown, he'd be 5'3", but he got game.
Dante loses it, regains control. Isaiah will take the jumper, it won't go, and Pritchard comes down with the rebound. Jamaica up by 2 with the basketball, 3:06 left. Brown. Started by Petula, now they switch off. Campini gets him now. And Petula is guarding Jackman. That's a height advantage for Jamaica. Leonce will drive, puts it up off the glass, no good, tipped up. And what are they going to say?
Shot clock went off.
Oh boy, I think Jamaica, they're going to give it to the Whalers, and that's a break for the Whalers because I think that shot that went up did hit the rim that Jamaica put up, and that's what Coach Thompson is saying, that the Whalers catch the break and get the basketball back.
And right now, Jackman is hurt. He's limping down court. He's trying to hide it, but he's limping all the way back.
Kick ball. Looks like it's his right leg. And Gottinger comes in and Jackman limps off.
Kind of evens the odds right there. If you're going to have Jared Ramos out, why not get Jackman out too?
221s. Isaiah Hauptman inside Blair Ramos. Spin move. No. Tipped up. Isaiah gets the rebound. Tries to pass it inside. Knocked out of bounds. It will stay with the Whalers.
Whalers catch a break on that one.
Campini. Petula in the corner for a three. No. Tipped up and Pritchard gets it. Brown has it. 2 minutes, 10 seconds left. Jamaica, New York up by 2.
Eddie Roderick's trying to get his team to get up there and play some defense, clapping for him on the sidelines, wants him to come up a little bit.
Brown drives, has it swatted away by Blair Ramos. And Petula has it. Over to Isaiah Hauptman. Isaiah looks to drive. Campini in the corner is hemmed in, and they swing it back around. Petula passes up the three, and he traveled.
Well, Petula had the jump shot right there. You need to just let it fly, Mark. Just let it fly. You got to forget the last shot and let it fly.
Timeout on the floor taken by the Whalers. We have 1 minute, 41 seconds left. The Whalers trail by 2, 71-69.
This is where you are seeing the effects of not having Jared Ramos in the game. You got to have someone who's not going to hesitate when the shot's there. Mark Petula had missed the three from the corner just a moment ago, and he gets the shot from the outside. It's wide open. It's there for him, but he hesitated for just that split second, and a turnover was created, and they turned the ball over to Jamaica. So you can't have that. You got to have a guy who's a go-to guy, someone who's not going to hesitate to take the shots, and that's what they're missing right now with Jared Ramos out of the game.
So the strategy is being talked about now for the Whalers. They will have the basketball when we resume. Down by 2. Jamaica had a 42-35 lead at the half, and the Whalers opened up leads of 4 and 5 here in the second half. Their biggest lead was 59-54 midway through this second half.
Early in the first half, Keith, we had Dante on the baseline hitting jumpers left and right, and he seems to me to be the guy that they have forgotten here in the second half.
Jamaica has the basketball. I apologize. Thought the Whalers would have it.
Well, you don't have to apologize. It's all right.
Okay. Strategakis, nice pass to a wide-open Pritchard, and it's a 4-point lead. 73-69. Out of bounds, Strategakis knocked it away. Good hustle. Isaiah Hauptman will inbounds the ball for New Bedford. Blair Ramos gets it on the high post. Petula, Campini passes up the three, loses it. Dante gets the ball. Now back to Campini. Dante in the corner, now back to Aaron, 12 on the shot clock.
Plenty of time.
Isaiah drives, puts it up. Offensive foul on Isaiah Hauptman. As Leonce got the position underneath.
Got good position, a little bit out of control that time. Isaiah really didn't have a shot, but he was trying to make something happen. You notice how many passes that time, and nobody wanted to shoot the basketball.
Whalers need defense here as Brown weaves right through. Gives it to Jackman, back to Brown, and the bucket.
Little give and go that time, and the littlest guy on the floor made it happen.
8 straight points for Jamaica. They have a 6-point lead. Dante will take a jumper for 2. It's an air ball. And Pritchard comes down with the rebound. 40 seconds left. And there's a foul. And if Jamaica can make their free throws, it's going to be tough for the Whalers to get back.
Yeah, the Whalers, pretty much you could say, were in a bind as soon as they lost Jared Ramos. He's their best individual one-on-one basketball player. He's an offensive player. He's a guy that can take you off the dribble, as I've said so many times on the air, and can get his own shot. He doesn't need the team to create his shot. He can create his own shot off the dribble, and right now they don't have that.
Pritchard makes the first as the Beavers are in a double bonus, that infamous double bonus.
11 points for Pritchard on the game.
Makes 1 of 2. It's a 7-point lead. Whalers need some threes. And the Whalers lose it out of bounds. 34.5 seconds left. Jackman all alone, and he loses control. Strategakis gets it back to Jackman, and Dante fouls him right away.
Well, Jackman that time was wide open under the basket. All he had to do was lay it in, but he was looking to do the spectacular two-handed, probably reverse behind the neck dunk, and lost the ball on the way up.
Jackman's showboating for the crowd, saying, "Where's everyone going? Game's not over yet." Jackman makes the first.
Be careful what you wish for, John, because it may be true. The game may not be over yet.
It's a 9-point lead now. 78-69.
31 points for John Jackman.
Campini will take a three. No. Petula gets the rebound and has it stolen away. Wide open. Strategakis will get another bucket. 80-69, and Pritchard steals it. 10 seconds left. And Jamaica's just going to run this out, and they're going to win the ball game. And that's it. So Jamaica, New York comes into New Bedford and shoots lights out, scoring the last 13 points of the ball game. They were trailing by one, 69-67, scored the last 13 points, and come away with an 80-69 victory tonight. And the Whalers could only do so much without Jared Ramos, and then in the end, it really caught up with them.
No question about it. Once Jared Ramos went out, well, I believe it was 6 minutes plus on the clock, about 6:30.
6:06.
6:06 when he went out of the game. He left with 22 points, but more importantly, they lost the guy who can create his own shot, has that great individual quickness. When you need a basket in a half-court situation, he's the guy you can go to, and he's going to come up with a good opportunity for you. They lost that when he went out, and it was so apparent that really nobody seemed like they wanted to take the shot. Campini hits a jump shot. Isaiah tried to make some things happen, but he just had a very cold shooting night tonight. And this was a night when they needed to have Jared Ramos in the game for the entire game. Kudos to Coach Thompson and his group. They came in, looked awful good out there tonight. 31 points by John Jackman to go along with 8 rebounds. Just a nice night for him. 11 points for Market Pritchard and 12 for Mike Leone. And how about the smallest guy on the court coming up with 11 points, and David Brown did a great job. I'll tell you what, didn't make any mistakes whatsoever. Just did a great job of handling all the defensive pressure that they threw at him. He broke down the New Bedford team and made all the passes that were necessary. Didn't make a mistake all night.
Nope.
Didn't make a mistake all night at all.
The Whalers drop now to 9-3, while Jamaica, New York improves to 14-4. The Whalers will be on the road early next week, and then we'll have them again next Friday night as they host South Boston here, and that should be a very good game.
Should be a very good game. They get back on their schedule of local teams and get away from the
out-of-staters.
Out-of-staters, the New Yorkers.
Although they do have one more out-of-state game. Bishop Hendricken from Rhode Island comes here later in the season.
That's right.
I'd like to thank our New Bedford Educational Access staff, Bob Parati, and his students here at New Bedford High School for helping us out tonight. So for Bernie Picanisco, I'm Keith Tebow saying so long from the Beardsworth Gonzalez Gym. The final score once again, Jamaica, New York 80, the Whalers 69. Have a good night.